Is it working? So as a Boise State nursing student, I have seen many things. I was there when a baby was born, got to help the nurse do the first assessment on it. I also had a patient that was waiting for her family to fly in. She just wanted to be cleaned up because she had been told she was going to die. And this is the last time that she was going to get to see her family. These experiences are what made me want to become a nurse. That's what I signed up for. Life, death, everything in between. But nothing really has impacted me as much as my project with the sheep herders. It forever has changed how I will treat my patients in the future. I need a clicker. This is going to be fun. Okay, so last semester we have a clinical, I don't know, I'll just wait, but not yet. So as nursing students, we're sent out into the community. And the population that our clinical group was given was the sheep herder population. And so what we do, we go out there, we assess our population, we figure out like needs that they want that are within our scope of practice. Assess, figure it out, and then implement it. And then see the results. So just a quick one, really quick, is CPR. The sheep herders, they are often either by themselves or they have one other sheep herder with them out in the middle of nowhere. And so knowing basic CPR can save a life, especially when there's no one around to come get them help. So, why are there Peruvian sheep herders here in Idaho? Well, there are about 240,000 sheep in Idaho, and sheep are funny. When they're in big groups, they like to make smaller groups and just wander off into the wilderness forever. So they have to constantly be monitored. Plus, there's like wolves, other predators, and sheep, they don't really have any means of defense. And lastly, they need to be moved constantly because they eat up everything. And then you got to move them to the next spot. So the people that are going to be with the sheep, they need to be with the sheep 24/7. They need to be able to walk up to 20 miles a day to new areas. And that's what these Peruvian sheep herders do. But the main important thing is to keep the price of sheep products down. These people that do this need to make barely anything at all per hour. And now you have the sheep herders. Up until a couple months ago, they only made $750 a month. And that's for 24/7. Whether they're sick, whether it's snowing outside, or whether it's hot. So these are what the sheep herders live in. Tents. That's during the summer, the warm winter, or the warm months. And it's like a nice camping trip, except it's your life. You have no electricity. You don't have computers, anything like that. No running water. You have this nice little tent and your dogs. In the wintertime, 6 months out of the winter, they live in nice little sheep herder wagons. And these are pictures. This is a nice picture of it. They're cute. This is the inside. So you see they're really old, but they work. There's holes in them. They need a lot of repair. They also rely on someone to bring them food about once a week. And this is the pictures of their food thing back at the main farm, ranch area. And when we showed up, there wasn't really anything except you see some of the cans on the right back there. They don't really have labels on them. Who knows if they're expired. But the idea is where they're at, they need food that's not going to go bad unless it's wintertime. So canned food is the best option. High sodium, maybe expired, you don't really know, but they just need to have food. So why would these guys do this? Would you do it? I wouldn't. But the thing is, these gentlemen, they're taking the money and they're sending it back home. Because where they come from, things are even worse. And they look over here and they see this big American dream. And they're providing that American dream for their families. They're making sure their kids go to school. Their wives have food on the table. Over here, what they do makes them more money than they could back where they come from. One guy's even saving his money so he can start a business and hopefully not have to do this anymore. Sorry. So when we were ending our clinical, we knew the clinical was over, and we just saw there was so much that needed to be done. When we looked at it, we made a list of things that we needed to be done, and then we decided we're going to keep going, and so we created BA, which is Boise's Association for the Advancement of the Herders. BA. And so we had a lot of work to do. And, we're very limited. We can do a lot of nursing things, but repairs and stuff like that, not really our thing. But I had lists and lists of things I wanted. I wanted the wagons somewhat repaired, warmer. I wanted to figure out some way to get them food. Maybe during the summertime, find a farmer that can get them fresh produce, or things like that. Like, make their life better in little ways. Maybe coloring books. I don't know. Me personally, I'd want video games, a hamburger, all the time. That's what I would want. Think of things that you'd want. And then so you ask them. Like, you're talking to them and you're just like, what can we do? What's the things that would just make your life so much better? And it wasn't like money or improving their conditions. They want to learn English. Because if you saw them on the side of the road, you wouldn't be able to talk to them. If something bad was happening and they needed help, like, they can't communicate that with you. And it just seems so weird. So back to the point of how these people changed my whole view on how I'm going to treat my patients. It's just, if I was in the hospital setting and someone came in and they had multiple layers of clothing on that were dirty on different layers, couldn't really ask for, speak to me, I would have like a list of things I could do. I was like, okay, we'll contact Goodwill, we'll do this, we'll do that. I'll have like all these solutions for them. But they wouldn't help them. Like, they can't leave the sheep and go to Goodwill. I forever learned a valuable lesson to make sure I know my patient and know what they're about. Because these individuals work harder than I probably ever will for my whole life. I can't imagine dealing what they deal with. I'm getting all emotional now. So, Boise State, lots of people, great speakers. We have such a broad, vast array of populations, people that love languages, people that want to teach, people that can do repairs, people that can think. Just what we did in our small clinical group was amazing. And I'm reaching out. I'm doing my best because this is my last semester here at Boise State. And I really, really want to leave knowing I really helped them and did something for them because they changed everything for me. Thank you.